So today I want to talk to you about how to create fair salary ranges for developers in the Northeast. It's been a growing trend over the past 2 to 3 years that we've experienced a significant increase in developer salaries across the region. And I know that's down to one of the big things is lack of talent coming through from universities that are actually staying in the Northeast. But for you as a business owner, whether you've got a digital business, a SaaS product, tech company, having fair salary ranges within your business is becoming increasingly difficult because you've got a lot of developers on different ranges of salaries, and anyone new that's coming into the business, you're having to pay them what you would maybe call inflated salaries compared to other people within your business. So today I was just going to give you a few quick tips on what we've seen in the market and what I've seen work well with some of the big tech companies in the region, of what you can do around the salary levels. So number one is you want to make sure you have a review of what is a fair salary for your developers within the region. So that might be making sure that you've created a report. You could engage with someone like ourselves, Ronald James, to get a clear salary report for free, where we'll give you the ideal comparison salaries from PHP developers, front-end developers, .NET developers, full stack. So then you know what is actually a fair rate, because what's advertised out there in terms of job adverts and other companies isn't necessarily what the developers are actually getting paid once they accept a job or work for a company. So it's very important you have a clear, true reflection of what actual data and what developers are actually getting paid. The second part is making sure that you're offering a good range of benefits. Now, all of those companies that are offering unlimited holidays, flexi time, and work from home, that seems to be pretty much standard across the board now. So what can you do if you can't afford to increase the salary? So let's say, for instance, the last 12 months in terms of salary increases, it's increased by over 30%, and that's across pretty much the broad range of software engineers and developers. So I know you as a business owner or a hiring manager, you can't always afford to increase those salaries in line with market inflation. So I've got a few tips here that I'm going to share with you today that will hopefully help you be able to, one, retain your developers, keep them happy, keep them engaged, and make sure that they're fully engaged and happy. So one of the, after research of over 300 developers in the region that we've successfully placed within organisations, we've taken all that data and actually did a bit of research about it. And one of the top 5 things I'm going to go through with you today are reasons where you can keep a hold of your developers without having to give them that salary increase. So office environment's important. So I know a lot of tech companies now and digital agencies are having cool places to work, table tennis tables, chill out areas, kitchens, free lunches, all of those type of things. They're pretty much standard now. So a developer moving on is used to that, so they expect that as a given. But if you don't have that, I would definitely look to consider having a really cool office environment. Languages and frameworks. So technology driven developers, they want to be working on the latest frameworks. Now I know that's not always possible. If your business has got legacy code systems, or you've got a product that's built in a certain language and you can't really pivot from that, that's fine. But giving them the opportunity to have a side project or something, future project that, or product that you're going to improve, can they have use of those latest frameworks and latest languages? Because as a developer, they're very high in demand, and they want to make sure that their skill set is being kept up to date with current market conditions. Third thing is developers like to know how projects are managed. So do you have a designated project manager for the projects that are going to be delivered? How is that process, and how do you work? Do you work in an agile way, stand-up scrum type of stuff? Like how are these projects going to get managed? And another big thing that developers like to know is how widely used is your product or service across the industry, and is it respected? Like, what type of service are they going to be working on? Because they, as well as developers wanting paid fair and paid well, they want to know that they're working on something meaningful to them. So they always like to know a little bit more about what product and service, what impact that's having on the world, customers, employees, or whatever the product is. Like, what is the end goal with that? And that's pretty much the top four. The fifth one is, obviously, as standard I mentioned at the start of the video, was the commute. So home working and flexi hours are very important to developers. Even if you can offer 1 day working from home, 10 to 4 core hours are standard now, but having that little edge might take the pinch of having to give them that extra £3,000 to £5,000 salary increase. If you can give them a little bit of flexibility where they'll be saving on their commute and they've got that little bit of flexibility, that's always going to help as well. So I hope that you found this useful. If you would like to see the report in terms of the developer salary guide, and if you would like your own custom-made report, we're happy to do that free of charge to any tech or digital company in the Northeast. So reach out to myself, James at ronaldjamesgroup.com, and just put on the subject line report, and I'll get in touch with you and create a custom report for you.